This presentation is formed of research carried out for my collaborative doctoral award funded by the Arts and Humanities Research Council in collaboration with the Jurassic Coast World Heritage Site. In The Stone Book by Alan Garner, the stonemason tells his daughter that the stone book had in it all the stories of the world. In this talk today, I would like to show how stories can begin to be unravelled from the stone of the Jurassic Coast. Our relationship with stone goes right back, forming the way which we have come to live and the landscapes which we inhabit. As geologists and archaeologists, we are, as Chiquetta Hawkes said, engaged in the reawakening of the world. The Jurassic Coast runs between Exmouth in East Devon and Studland in West Dorset. Along its length, the exposed stone shows glimpses of past worlds from 250 to 65 million years ago that have since been pushed and pulled, folded and removed. In these cliffs and beaches there lie the inhabitants of these worlds. These creatures became connected with those who found them and the ledges and landscape from which they have emerged in a state of stone. This ichthyosaur was carved out from the lias beach ledges of Lyme Regis. Through the process of mending and curation, its story became connected with its finder over 195 million years later and into the future. And from the lias of Lyme to the limestones of Purbeck, we see the transient traces of past life, this time in the quarries, where they pace across dipping freestone or impress from the skirty roach ceilings of the undergrounds. And in these undergrounds, where men worked by candle, we see other marks which join the footprints in the dark, a layering of lives in the solid stone running unseen beneath the surface. Here in Purbeck, the quarries continue, archaeology on a grand scale, the excavator gradually feeling and revealing the rolling stratigraphy, providing a rare lens into the formative layers of the land. These beds of stone carry with them the names that have endured through generations of quarrymen: marble, grub, rag, roach, freestone, bluebit, spangle. And with the names come knowledge, life histories of stone. From the quarries out into the world, they form parts of our historic buildings, the cathedrals, the hearts of our cities, all carrying a trace of their origins. Bluebit tombstone, Purbeck marble column. And in the negative spaces which remain in the land, there is an unintended, inverted architecture that holds the forms of their creation and the fragments of whispers of the men who once worked them. In the quarries of Purbeck today, work continues as new generations make their mark. In this complex stone landscape, it remains skilled work, even with the advantages that technologies can bring. The sheds are full of rhythms as saws start up and hum their way down the laser line. Water on, water off. Chisels chunk and chink, regimental as one stroke, one slab, one job follows the next. And reflecting these rhythms, the masons mark, an advancing linear trail left forever on display, telling the story of a learnt material which we sometimes forget how to read. But more clearly written is the chop and chase of lettering, a sonorous, ringing sound as it marches across the polished surface of the freestone, the spelt-out message merging with the narrative of mason and material. And through all this work, the quarry landscape is like a living organism in a constant state of change. Time, people, material, all compressed and stretched to be unpicked and stories retold. Images and conversations merge to build a deeper knowledge of these fascinating places, to unravel some of the stories before they become lost in history and return to the earth. By looking through a lens of stone, we can follow narratives that weave through time, connecting people with landscapes and even lost worlds and creatures, as the mason's block and the fossil rest alongside one another on the Jurassic Coast. And I'd just like to thank all the people that have made this work possible, including all the fantastic people at the quarries. So thank you very much.